Everybody want to eat chitlins, but don't nobody want to clean them, right? Well, today I'm going to show you exactly how I clean mine, step by step. This is the most important part of cleaning chitlins, so pay attention, okay? So first, I'm going to start off with 3 bags of Aunt Bessie's chitlins. I'm going to open all of the bags and put everything into the sink. And may I add that Aunt Bessie's is the best brand of chitlins out there. They have never failed me, and I don't think I'd ever use any other brand besides this one. Now on the front of the bag, it does have just rinse, cook, and enjoy. Don't just rinse these off. I need y'all to thoroughly clean your chitlins. The better they are clean, the better they will taste. When I clean my chitlins, I like to stay organized. I set my trash bag to the left of the sink. I keep the chitlins in the middle and place the bowl on the right so that everything has its own spot. I started by rinsing my chitlins off in cold water because they were still a little bit frozen. The key to using cold water is to help loosen the chitlins up without causing any damage. It also helps remove some of that grit and residue before you move on to the next step as well. I'm going through each piece to loosen it up. Now I'm just looking for the membrane. It's going to be like a thin, dull looking layer that feels firmer and more rubbery than the rest of it. Now you'll need to start at the ends or a loose spot where the membrane might be peeling. Just find an edge. Now the part that you're going to want to keep is going to be the one in my right hand. It's thicker and it's like a web like meat. The part that you want to trash is going to be in my left hand. It's more shiny and it has like a lining and it's very thin. It's the slick membrane that needs to be removed. Just grip it firmly and pull it away from the intestine wall. Now make sure that you take your time by separating these correctly, okay? Because it's going to make the cooking process much easier. Once you've gotten that removed, you need to look for any type of debris or particles, anything that should not be there, and make sure you get all of that stuff out. And again, we're going to throw away the one that's in my left hand. This is the membrane, the shiny lining part, very glossy. And we're going to keep the one that's in my right hand. That is the web-like part. That's the thicker part. We're going to keep that. Next, I'm going to wash them with apple cider vinegar. White vinegar works as well. I'm also going to add a little bit of salt, and we're going to rinse these several times until our water is completely clear. I went ahead and cut my chitlins up off camera to save some time, but just a little tip for you guys. Make sure that you trim each piece of your chitlins properly so that everything cooks evenly once you get ready to put them in the pot. After that, just rinse, wash, repeat over and over until everything is clean and ready to cook. It may take a few rounds, but doing it this way, I promise you it's going to make sure that each piece is perfectly prepared and it's going to really help the cooking process go smoothly. So after all that cleaning, it's finally time to get these chitlins ready for another day. I put them into a freezer bag. That way, whenever I'm ready to cook them, they already prepped, they already fresh, and they just waiting to be cooked. It's kind of like a little time saver. Everything is already ready to go. I don't have to worry about doing all that mess at work again on the day that I want me some chitlins. And can y'all believe this is 3 bags of chitlins? This ain't even a full bag. But it's okay though, because you know I'm going to add some hog maws to them. So here we are days later, y'all. My chitlins are finally in the crock pot along with those hog maws I told y'all I was going to get. I forgot to record from the beginning, but they've been sitting in the freezer since I cleaned them, and now these babies are ready to be cooked. I seasoned them up real good, added all my veggies and my potatoes, and made sure that everything was mixed together. I'm telling you, the smell, the aroma from this was amazing, and I can't wait for them to cook down and get tender. And y'all know I am a seasoning girl. I added all kinds of spices, a little salt, black pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, cayenne pepper, but it was 2 ingredients that I used that made all the difference with these chitlins. It was some Creole seasoning and Frank's red hot sauce. I'm telling you, it was the best. It made all the difference in the world with these chitlins. So make sure that you put those 2 ingredients in your chitlins and let me know what you think about it.